Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Liza's Love Tarot. I'm an energy reader. I use tools such as tarot and astrology to read the energy, which makes me a little different than a tarot reader or an astrologer, as they use their tools as a trade and I use the trade as a tool. So it requires a bit of nuance there, but I will read, or you will see me read cards a bit differently than other tarot readers, and etc., etc. I don't interpret the cards. I use the cards to interpret the energy. So with that being said, I am excited for your November 2022. Let me get a drink of water. Okay, Gemini. So I feel like I'm a bit tapped into your energy. And it's funny because, I have a lot of Gemini energy myself, and a lot of people think that they're just super quick and they don't think and they're flighty and this and that. But the truth about Gemini energy is it's languid. Like, it loves to just be languid and stay in an energy that feels good. It's just this moment something doesn't feel good, it flitters right away. So that's the thing, is Gemini does take its time. That's why Gemini loves having many different lovers, because it takes its time. But it also realizes not everybody has the time. So it takes what it can get and then it moves on. But anyways, my Geminis. This is something that I like to tell everyone. You are not just your sun, moon, or rising. Gemini is an energy that everyone has existing in their vessel, so to speak, right? You're a person and you have a vessel, which is called your body. And you have Gemini energy in there. You have all 12 energies. Now, where your planets are in your natal chart signifies where your energy is strongest, or where you have the best viewpoint in, for that energy. So for instance, if you have a Mars Gemini, in your body, you embody the Gemini essence energy, right? Like, that's so people think that your body, the way that you move, is quick, is fickle. The people, that you don't complete things, complete movements. They may see your movements as a bit more jarring, or like you're very quick or fast. They may think that you're very quick like that, That's just how you embody the energy and how others can interpret that energy on you. But that does not mean that that is the only Gemini energy you have. It's just, it's amplified in your body. So think of your planets as like a keyhole into that energy. And just because you don't have keyholes, like a keyhole of light, okay? It lights up that energy through the keyhole. Now, if you go into a place where you have no planet energy, then you don't have a keyhole, but there's still a room, and you just don't have a light into that room, so to speak. So you need to alter the way that you see so that you can see what you're interacting with in the room. And if you don't want to go through all of the tricks and the hops and the bells and the whistles to learn how to divine things like that, you have people like me, energy readers. So here I am. And here we go. Gemini, into your reading. We're going to do a pre-shuffle. The general overall energy of your reading right now is the Two of Cups. So this is like a connection, and it feels, I don't know, like kind of good. I don't know. We're going to find out what's like underlying it, okay? So, no wonder why. Underneath it is the King of Wands. And this is like Mars and Gemini, okay? It feels like you're into something, but maybe you're not, maybe you are. I don't know. Like, that's what the energy of the Two of Cups plus the King of Wands is. Like, the energy of your overall thing is very much like, I'm digging it. But the energy of like it in the 3D, so to speak, or like the way that it's behaving is, I could not. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Like, this is true confidence, right? Or at least true confidence as seen in the ego, like, you don't care. You're nonchalant, but not in the way that's mopey, in a way that just suggests that you must be worth the thing. Hold on, let me get another drink of water. The energy is so flirty, but it's like you must be worth it, like to other people, because you're so confident about it. And Gemini, I forgot to mention this earlier, of course, it's just a Gemini thing to do, but Gemini really does represent communication, right? Your thoughts, what you're inspired by to keep looking into. Like, I love to think as Gemini as like the inquisitive type, the inquisitive like peeper. Like we love to peep into things, sometimes because we care, sometimes we don't, we just live for the drama. And sometimes, we're just inquisitive, we just want to know about things. Okay, so this is kind of like the embodiment of this energy is, like what are we inspired to get to know, what is inspiring our curiosity right now. Okay, and so far it's like this connection, whatever this connection is, and also you, like the what this looks like, or the energy around this right now is the connection, is this love, this pouring of love back and forth into something. And I think what you're pouring your love back and forth into is yourself. And not only is this interesting to you, but it is also interesting to others. Yeah, you. Okay, so let's see, the soul energy is the Page of Pentacles. You've been working at, like, your soul has been putting in a lot of energy into this. Like, and not just that, but like, look at her. She's not, this is like a happy Virgo, okay? This is a happy Virgo, a very pleased Capricorn, a, this isn't expressively Gemini energy. It's like when a Gemini is most happiest is when they have something they can pour into and see the fruit of that labor being brought back to them, okay? And that's what this is giving, okay? It's like whatever this connection is, it's making you super confident, and it's something that you can pour yourself into and also get something back from. And then the potential, or I should say the hidden energy in this is the Knight of Pentacles, like what you're actually building. Okay, like something is being built here, and you don't see it completely yet because you're not used to seeing it this way. Like, I think if you were to ask a Capricorn or Taurus oriented friend, or somebody who has a lot of earth energy, like especially a Virgo, if you were to tap into like the Virgo frequency of Mercury, you're going to be able to see it. Okay, but like, because the Knight of Pentacles, like, look at him with the Rubik's Cube. Like, don't get it twisted. They know what they're doing, okay? They know. Let's see if we can get, like, a focus in on that. They know. Okay, look at them. They're so cute over there with their Rubik's Cube, like, pretending they don't already know how to solve it. Like this is what they do for fun, is solve really complicated, tricky type things. And that's what's hidden behind here in the energy is like you already know how to do all of this. You already know how to do all of this. And so everything is already working in your favor because you didn't even like whatever this thing is that you're like got your eye on, or whether it's a person, like if, for instance, if this is a relationship, right? Let's say the relationship you got out of before this new one was tumultuous, okay? But instead of just blaming the other person, you were like, well, wow, how did I contribute to this? And you really decided to work on yourself and to see your behaviors that instigated each and every issue, regardless of whether you were the issue or you initiated it or not, right? Like sometimes we can recognize that while the other person is truly at fault, we also are at fault simply by being in a party to the conversation. Somehow something brought us there. Like, let's say you did your shadow work on that, right? So the next relationship you get into, like, you haven't gotten to an argument yet. You haven't gotten to a big blow up thing yet. And you're starting to like maybe wonder why. And it's like, well, because every interaction you've had with that person has been as your best self. Okay. And because you're doing it as your best self, you're weaving a pattern of new behavior behind the scenes. Okay, so like, whereas before subconsciously you were weaving the doom of that relationship, right? Whether or not that person was the main instigator of it or not, you were a party to it, which means that you were also building into the tapestry of that dream, the tapestry of that relationship. You were weaving in the negative parts just like they were. Okay, it takes two. But this time, right? This time, you're pouring and you're weaving and you're pouring, you're weaving. And this card is suggesting that you don't even realize how deeply, like this is a page. This is a knight. The page studies, the knight does. Okay? You don't realize how much you're doing to your own advantage, okay? And then at the bottom of that is the Page of Wands. I feel like this is how you feel, you know? Like, you just feel like you're, I don't know, like you're just exploring. You're exploring a thing because you're super into it, right? And you don't realize that because you've done the work and you learned a lesson, let's say your previous cycle, like say in October, we've had this whole eclipse season going. So between the last eclipse, between April 30th, right? April 30th to May 13th, right? Between that time period, between the Taurus and the Scorpio eclipses, both of them. Okay. So that triggered a cycle. Whether you realize it or not, that triggered a cycle for you. And through this cycle, you were meant to have learned lessons, okay? So thought forms were coming to you, whether you were isolated or not. You could have been arguing in your head. You could have been arguing with other people. Things could have been triggered, but things came up for you over the summer, okay? And so this is suggesting that you were working on it. And because you're working on it and you're confident now, right? You're working on it. You're confident. You're able to nourish yourself and others at the same time because you are emotionally regulating. This is emotional regulation. And when it comes in the self, okay? You're emotionally regulating and it shows because look at all that confidence. It's not fake. Yeah, it's not fake. But it's because you are working on yourself or something very specific that's caught your eye or your attention, right? You're pouring into that right now. You're showing up like this, like the Page of Wands, somebody who is almost like the Fool, except for you're the Fool who has some experience. You're the Fool with the gumption. You're the rebel with the cause, right? Like you're showing up like that, ready to start and embark on your cool new like fantasy adventure, whatever the fuck you want to call this reality that we're in. But what you don't realize and what's so beautiful, and I gotta look at the card back there. Yes, the King of Pentacles. What you don't realize is that, wow. It's that you, by doing the work is being done for you, okay? So please watch Aries and Taurus because this is like, guys, I feel like I'm about to, like, this is leading you to the path of liberation. It's amazing. The storyline that's unfolding for November. Okay. You did the work. So now the work is doing it for you. Everything that you do is weaving a tapestry, of gold. And that's the pre-shuffle. That's fucking amazing. Honestly, that could just be the reading by itself. That was amazing, Gemini. That could just be the reading by itself, honestly. They're like, you know, it could be, but gotta like fix this. Oh, there we go. They're like, it could be. That was fucking amazing. Let's just pull. I'm just gonna pull a few more just to see. Okay, so what is currently inspiring my Geminis right now? What's got that inquisitive nature perked and ready? Okay, so the first one, fulfillment. Of course it does. Geminis are amazing at fulfillment. I love this coming out first for you guys. Okay, so the energy around what is sparking this like inquisitive nature in you, this energy that's really trying to deliver you, is fulfillment, ultimate fulfillment. Okay, guys, this is some amazing stuff. What's embodying what it looks like self-confidence, and like the way that it's behaving in your world right now is total, just when you own yourself. Okay, so when you're totally just like being self-confident, think of that Page of Wands. She doesn't care what anybody's thinking about. She doesn't care how people see her. She's excited for her adventure. Okay, this is confidence, but not the kind of confidence that comes from how other people see you, the kind of confidence that comes from how you see yourself. Okay, so this is what's going on in your soul right now, the Eight of Swords. Okay, so that's an interesting energy because it's a bit heavier. So this implies like when you're in your head, it's very uncomfortable for your soul when you get in your head, when you deny yourself this, I think. But we're going to clarify that one specifically a little bit later. But what's hidden is the Queen of Wands, self-confidence. So it's that fiery confidence in yourself. And a lot of it's sensual. So you really, okay, what this is telling me is, so sometimes when you feel like you're getting in your head and you're not sure and you're like, oh, did I fuck up? Like what, like, should I not have done that? Should I have done it? Like, you know how I said this could have just been the reading about the pre-shuffle, that could be it. Like, you know, maybe I could have just gone with that, right? Like, but maybe not, who knows, right? And it's like, what you've got to do is when you don't know, you ask yourself, okay? This is the Queen of Wands is self-confident in herself, okay? She knows what brings all the boys to the yard, because her milkshake, yeah, you get the point that I'm making. She knows what makes these flowers bloom. She knows it's that central sacral energy. So sometimes you just have to get in touch with that, and that'll tell you whether or not you just, you know, you keep going or you stop. And a lot of, like, I think especially for a lot of you, it's so hard because we're used to pleasing other people that we're not sure whether or not we're pleasing ourselves. We're used to being pleased when other people are pleased with us, but mistaking that kind of pleased with being pleasing ourselves. And I know that sounds really confusing, but sometimes you can mistake your happiness that someone else is pleased with you for being pleased. Okay? Those are two different things. So just pause, go back, listen to that a few times until you hear it. Because I don't want you anymore to confuse being pleased that someone is pleased with you and when someone pleases you. Okay? There's two things feel very different. And one feels extremely good and satisfying. And the other one, not so much. Okay? So, remember, Queen of Wands, potential outcome is the Hermit. So this can be going into yourself. This can be rediscovering yourself. This can be rediscovering what makes you feel good. So Gemini, honestly, November could be a time where you're doing a lot of self-pleasure or a lot of things that promote self-pleasure in you. So that could be taking yourself out to go see a movie, taking yourself out to go taste wine if that's a thing that you like to do, taking yourself out to just nature, being in a park, and just taking out a journal and doodling. I mean, like, you know, make it, I don't know, make it main character-ish, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's the sweet spot, is yourself. And like, look at her. She doesn't look upset to be a hermit. She looks like she's got fire. And she's touching her own tits. Like, get into that energy. That's what I'm saying. Okay, and the underlying energy, yeah, it's the Page of Cups. Honestly, watch the Taurus reading. I believe maybe I had to do like 3 for Taurus because their energy was wild. They're bucking bull. But yeah, so I know this came up with Taurus before, and it's like whimsy. Okay, like Page of Cups, underlying energy, guys, I really need you to paint the life that you want. Okay, like, but make it about fulfillment. Don't make it about what material things are there. Make it about fulfillment. Like, what does it look like when you're ultimately fulfilled? What does it look like when you are tapping into everything and everything is lighting you up on all channels? That's what I want for you. Okay, Gemini? So, yay! That's your reading. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you can take what resonated with you. And if something didn't resonate, I'm so sorry because this is amazing. I hope everything resonated with you. Yeah, take it and fly, guys, and fly high. And just some like lasting advice. Honestly, this one is saying, come out the Fool. This was for Taurus and Aries, guys. The Fool keeps coming out. Honestly, what a surprise. If you stayed long enough to see this, you're also part of the rebirth cycle, and that's what's so fucking amazing. Yeah, oh my god. Okay, so guys, just go have fun and enjoy November. November 2022 has some very languishing moments for you, Gemini, and I cannot wait for you to enjoy them. Like, subscribe, share, guys. I will talk to you later and see you with Cancer. Bye.